Today we're going to talk about coterminal angles and reference angles. So we're going to do an example on how to find a positive and negative coterminal angle and a reference angle for an angle that's in radians, and a little later we'll do an angle that's in degrees. First thing I want to do with radians, since we haven't learned the unit circle yet, I'm going to change this radian to degree so that I can use that for my reference angle a little later. So to change this to degrees, I take 5 pi over 4. I need to multiply it by 180 over pi. The pi's go away. They make 1, remember, because you have pi divided by pi, that's 1. I'm going to take 5 times 180, divide that by 4, and I get 225. So 225 is my degree that I'll use later on. So for a positive coterminal angle, a coterminal angle is something that ends in the same spot. So usually that means we go around a circle. So if I am over here, if I go around the circle one more time, then I'm going to land in the same spot. So to add a circle rotation to it, I take 5 pi over 4 and I add 2 pi to it. Now since we're working in fractions and we want to stay in radians, I have 2 pi over 1, I need to get a common denominator. So that means I have 5 pi over 4 plus 8 pi over 4. 5 plus 8 is 13 pi over 4. So that would be my positive coterminal angle. My negative coterminal angle, I just do the same thing by adding or subtracting a circle. So I'll take 5 pi over 4 minus, and since I know this is already 8 pi over 4, now I'm subtracting to get a negative number. 5 minus 8 is a negative number, so I get negative 3 pi over 4. That's my negative coterminal angle. Now if I wanted to, I could keep subtracting circles. If I'm over here, I could do another full rotation if I wanted to. So I could add another 2 pi or subtract another 2 pi if I wanted. But since I only need one of each, then that's good enough. Now for my reference angle, I'm going to use this 225 here. Okay, so I'm going to draw it on my graph to give me an idea of where I am. 225, it's right about here, because this is 270. Maybe a little over here more, but either way, we end up in quadrant 3 here. A reference angle is always the angle that's closest to the x-axis. This angle over here, the closest x-axis, is going to be 180 degrees here. So if I'm already at 225, I have to do 225 minus 180, and that's going to tell me that this extra angle right here is 45 degrees. So my reference angle is 45 degrees. But since we started in radians, I need to get it back to radians. So from degree to go back to radians, I take it times pi over 180. This is a 1 pi, so it's just going to be 45 divided by 180, which is 1/4. So then I'll just have 1/4 pi, which is of course the same as pi over 4. And that's how you get the reference angle for a degree that's in radians. Now if we want to find everything for just regular degrees, it's a lot easier. My positive coterminal angle, again we're just adding or subtracting a full rotation of a circle, which is 360 degrees. So I'm going to add 360 to 250, and I get 610. So my positive coterminal angle is 610 degrees. The negative, I'm just going to subtract a full circle, so that's going to be 250 minus 360, and 250 minus 360 is negative 110 degrees. Now the reference angle, we'll do the same thing. I'm going to draw a little graph here. 250, about in the same place as our previous one, just worked out that way. So this is 250 here. Again, my closest x-axis, since I'm in quadrant 3, is this 180 here. So I'm going to take 250 minus 180, and you come to find out this angle is 70 degrees. So my reference angle is 70 degrees. And that's how you find positive and negative coterminal angles and reference angles.